Well, Happy New Year, everyone. This is Charlie Barley coming at you with my first video of 2019, and it's going to be entitled I'm 100% Retiring 19 People in 2019. And yes, this is a part of my mentorship program, but I'm going to make a really bold claim at the top of the year, and I wanted to start this year off with a bang, and I'm certainly wanting to finish it with a bang. So if you're really serious about financial success, in the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about why and how I can retire you in 2019. You follow exactly what I tell you to do, and the things I'm going to show you, you 100% can retire. And I have logical, mathematical, psychological, theoretical reasons why. And I could also prove it. So let's talk a little bit about this. I have a nice little slideshow that I'm going to show here, and we're going to go through it in just a second. All right, so why am I making such claims? Number one, I can prove it. If you've been following me over the last few years, of course, you know me probably from permutations and a lot of other stuff that I've done. It's really basically 4 years of just deep study, and it's brought me to this point. I recently just finished a million spin test, and in my million spin test, I have a 100% accuracy rate in how I'm doing this. 100% and 1 million spins. Okay. You just have to follow exactly what it is that I'm doing. It's really simple. As a matter of fact, it's almost so simple that it's difficult. It's so easy that it can be very difficult. And again, I could prove it. Don't spend a single dime playing it ever before you've proven it to yourself. Once I've shown you this, you can prove it to yourself. You can take your own million spins. You can do whatever it is that you want. But it's 100% provable and 100% money back guarantee. So if when you join this and then I show you how to do it, if you can come to me and you can prove that this doesn't work or can't work, you can prove it, you get your money back. All right. Number two, I can make more personally doing it. A lot of folks ask me the question, well, why are you doing it? Why wouldn't you do it for yourself? Well, with more recent discovery and understanding through the mentorship program, I actually learned some more about this and how to even further manage it. But from my financial position, if I'm able to do this with 19 people or 20 people based upon the 30% that I get paid, it actually makes more for me. And the style and the way in which you do it, you'll see why I say it makes more for me. Even though you can make, like what I'll show you, the plan that I'll put you on, starting with even $800, and only playing maybe 15 minutes a day, with starting with $800, by the end of the year with consistency, you should be at a trackable six-figure, I guess I wouldn't call it a salary, profit. And I'm going to show you how to navigate it, how to, where to play, when to play, all of those things. I'm going to go all of that with you. And the last thing I think it's a calling for me, because it just seems like I'm getting better and better at this, and I never asked for it. I never asked to do this. I never thought I'd be doing anything like this. Creative, yes, but never in this regard. I'm really big on risk analysis. I've always been a big proponent of trying to understand why things don't work. You could clearly see when things work, but what happens when they don't? And so that's what you call risk assessment. And I've always been really big on that. So maybe it's part of my makeup, but I think the calling for me is to do something for someone else. It's to do something that really changes paradigms and really changes some people's lives. I could sell products and services all day, but if I'm not really changing your life, the only thing I've did was giving you something to throw away. But I think the bigger meaning for me in this life is to be able to look back and say, I gave something to someone that actually changed their lives forever. And that to me is much bigger than a product or service. All right. So why should you do it? Number one, it 100% works. As I was saying, it's nearly too easy. I have 1,000 spin test. I actually finished that spin test New Year's night. Like I literally finished it because I wanted to go into the new year I mean, I already knew it could happen, but I actually did the actual test, like the data test. And not that you even really have to do it. I mean, once you understand it, you can see it clearly. But I did 1 million spin tests, and it's unequivocally, hands down, no, hands down, 100% accurate, and it's 100% works. And you can literally quit your job within a year or two of consistencies. Basically, the formula that I give you, it's a very etched out formula, one that I can track and one that you can track and one that keeps us both on track with where you are. But literally, you'll be making, I think about between your 14th and 32nd week of doing this, you'll be at the $1,000 per day mark. Okay, you'll see exactly what I'm saying if and when you join. Again, I'm only looking for 19 people because I don't think I can manage more than that. 19 just has a really nice ring for 2019, but and that's all I really actually want to manage. I do have some mentees here now, but you'll be amazed that some people come and then they go. And one of the reasons why it's different. Actually, that's the next slide. I'm going to tell you why it's different in just a second. Last thing here, you will save a lot of time, energy, and money attempting to make money. I think most people buy my systems and strategies is because they're looking to make money. I think 50% maybe are looking to do something when they go. They know that they can have fun. But I think ultimately people are seriously looking for real financial freedom and really interested in making serious money and really retiring. And from a perspective of risk assessment, not from a perspective of gambling or hope or faith. No, this is all by the numbers. There's no racism. There's no sexism. There's nothing that's going to prohibit you from doing this. The only person that's going to prohibit you is you. Okay, and that's something that you will when we do this personalized training, like you'll get a personalized training with me, and you're gonna see exactly what I mean when I say that. The only person that's gonna hurt you is you. All right. So and you'll prove that to yourself. You'll see exactly what I'm saying, if you do decide to join. But I think most people want to make money, and we spend a lot of our lives making money. And the way to make money is to be able to make the most by doing the least, doing less, or the least. So that's the objective in life. And how do you do that? How do you make the most by doing the least? Start a business? Not necessarily. Go to work? Hell no. Do something in the financial market? Ding, ding, ding. Which financial market? Well, the one that removes the most risk. What can remove the most risk in a financial market? The casino, the stock market? What? Casinos have been, of course, you guys know I always preach this. It's a marketing job. It's owned by the banks. It's a financial instrument. It's actually probably the best financial instrument ever. You can make one bet and make $5 million on one bet. 50% chance. Or you can go into business with a statistical 70% chance, with the same attempt to make $5 million, you have a 70% chance at losing. Which would you rather do? 45 seconds, $5 million attempt, or 4 years with a $5 million attempt and 70% chance of losing your money? That's what I talk about when I'm talking about risk assessment. All right. So what I do with the game of roulette, I've broken down how to delineate the risk. And to be honest with you, the concept of time calculation is the biggest thing that's mostly overlooked. Time is money. I talk about it a lot, that the game moves really, really fast. From a I guess you can call it because not a primitive perspective, permutative, I guess we can call it that. From that perspective, it moves really, really quick. And a lot of people think the game is chasing them and stuff like that, especially when you're chasing losses. And it moves like every 45 seconds. So you got data moving very, very quick. And just because you started playing at 2 o'clock doesn't mean that it's your time. The game has been going before you, it's going to go after you. So there's always permutations happening. So one of the things I had to learn to do was to be able to control time and money at the same time. And that's one of the things that you're going to learn in the mentorship program, in the program that we're doing. So like I said, I'm looking for 19 people to join. Let's see. That doesn't look like the right slide. Why should you do it? I don't know why this slide is here. All right. What's different than before? I've discovered how to only play for a short period of time. Basically, you're looking at playing 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day at the most, all flat betting, no progressions, all that kind of a things. But you're only looking to play 15 minutes a day. I mean, you could make progressions, but generally when you're making progressions, you're only doing so to save time. And what I'm going to show you is not really necessary at all. I mean, you literally don't have to do that. Absolutely zero. And you can still play within that small time frame. And it's much more manageable for myself and the mentees. What's different before is one of the things that I learned when I started the mentorship program is that I needed to gain more control. And those who are a part of it, and I always tell everyone this, I have to test. Well, at first the way that I was going about it, I really couldn't control it. So if you got the information and you left, unless I went and sued you, I couldn't control it. But then at the same time, I also needed to see who was really a student, who really wanted to get to this place, because once you get here, there's really no turning back, and I really needed a control mechanism. So if you're a mentee student of mine, and a few of them have gotten the information and I haven't heard from them, and you want to get back on the right track, please give me a call. Okay. But from a legal perspective, I can manage this, and I will certainly know now, based upon what I'm doing, exactly what you're doing. Like, I know I can control it. But also for yourself, there's going to be a very succinct pattern and path for you to follow. And it's easy to fall off, but it's really easy to detect if you're falling off. And that's clearly can be seen by the way that I've orchestrated it at this time. So this is what's different for the mentorship program and going forward. So everyone who, even the mentor students who have gotten the information prior and you've ran off, I'm here to tell you, you ran off without enough information. You've got to realize that I'm kind of smart. I'm going to test you. I'm going to see if you're diligent. If you're impatient, you'll get the information, you'll run off and start playing and lose your money. I've had students do that. And then when they slowed down and they came back, they regained it. All because they had the gambling complex. That's one of the reasons I have to test you. All right. But at this time, it's a lot more manageable, and it's not really anything I have to test. Like, once you get the information and we lay out and throw out the plan, we agree to the plan, then we move forward. And I could easily manage it. You can easily see where you're at. I could easily see where you're at. And if you fall off, it's easy to detect it. And it won't be an issue of education, or you're not understanding something, or we're going to make sure you get it. Because once you sign on, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to force you and make you practice it and show and prove it to yourself that it works. Okay. Because when we agree to the goals, we're not going to turn back. Okay. And we're going to 100% agree to the goals. All right. So let's move forward. What is required? Discipline, consistency, and honesty. Discipline more than anything. Consistency, very much so. And then honesty. Being honest means when you sign a contract, you're gonna go all the way with it. I'm not going anywhere. So just know that I'm very serious about this. So I'm putting myself on the line, and if you decide to do this, I'm gonna prove it to you. But you've got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest and ask yourself real serious questions. Do you have addiction and gambling problems? People do. Do you have issues following instructions? People do. Do you have consistency issues? If you have ADHD, or if you have this itch in you, this burning desire to do more than what I tell you to do, You need to be honest with yourself because this is not going to be for you. You know, true success comes with those very three things: discipline, consistency, and honesty. The honesty is not so much between you and I, it's with yourself. Be honest with yourself because if you sign the contract, I'm expecting for you to be honest. I'm not expecting for you to take the information and run it and I have to go find you. Or you take the information, you halfway do it, you halfway study, or you don't study, and then we're really not making any money. And I don't really know what you're doing. So be honest with yourself before you even come here. All right? Because you could very well stay outside of this and do whatever you want. But I'm very keen and I'm very on top of this. So if you are serious, be honest with yourself before you get here because I'm going to be disciplined and consistent with it. 2019, I'm not taking any prisoners. We are going to change lives, period. All right? So that's that. What is not required? Extensive training and practice. When I say I'm going to have you practice, the practice is not so much you don't need to do a million. I mean, you could do a million spin tests, but when you learn what this is, you're going to see that it's really not about practicing at all. Once you know it, you know it, and it will make all the sense in the world. But if you want to practice it for a million spins, go for it. And I say do it. And before you spend a dime playing it, if you think you want to practice to see it and prove it for yourself for a month, go for it, and you'll come back with the same answers that I have. All right. Second thing, you don't need a big bankroll. You can start with $800. Literally, you can start this business that has the most advantageous risk assessment ever, calculatable in terms of calculating it. And if you want to argue that with me, let's go. Because I don't know of anything that you can reduce your risk down in terms of time and money. And you can delineate all the things that affect your risk in terms of anything that you do for money. I'm going to tell you, if you have a job, you have to calculate the risk of even getting hit in a car accident and what that will mean to you and your family if that happens. What if you get in a car accident, you break your leg? Does that affect your job? Those are risk factors that you've got to include in this life. People don't analyze themselves. They don't take themselves that serious. And that's one of the reasons why I think a lot of people don't have a lot of success. You've got to be serious. But the last thing here, hard work. Life is not about hard work. What I'm going to show you is not hard. As a matter of fact, it's too easy, which goes back to discipline. It's so easy that if you don't have the discipline, you will fail. Because it's really that easy. It's not even hard at all. All right, so let's go to the next one. What do I guarantee? I guarantee that it 100% works. Money back guarantee. I'm going to validate it through a legal contract. You get personalized one-on-one training with me and a laid out course to follow. This personalized one-on-one training, it's not a video training. You and I will sit down, or we'll be on the phone, or we'll be logged in at the same time, and I go tooth and nail with you as to exactly how it works. Once you've got it, we will have a course for you to follow. When you follow it, and you just be consistent, and that's all you got. Financial freedom is mathematically the ultimate form of earning money. When I talk about risk assessment, like I said, I don't know what you can do for the money, and when I say I don't know anything, I don't know anything you can do. And I'm not a dumb guy at all. And I've analyzed a lot of different things. I've done a lot of different things in business and in the corporate world. I come from the legal world, HSBC, third largest bank in the world. I've done all of that. I've had great success in corporate. I've had success in business. I've seen it all. And I've always been a proponent of calculating risk. And that's the biggest issue in failing in anything, in marriage, in whatever it is. Can you calculate the failure rate? What's the failure rate and the risk rate in producing failure? And what I will show you has the most mathematically ultimate form to make money with consistency and discipline that you'll ever see, I think. Because I don't know what's better than 99.9. I really don't. And when I'm saying 99.9, I can prove what I'm telling you. Like, I'm going to prove it. And if what I show you after training, if you go and you practice it and you can come back to me and say, no, this won't work, we won't go any further, and you can prove it to me, we won't go any further, and I can give you your money back. And you can keep whatever I showed you. Okay, and I wouldn't even make a claim like that if it wasn't the truth. All right, so what's the cost? $3,000 up front, it's worth 10 times the calculated risk. You're going to spend maybe $30,000 chasing money. Probably, well, I'm going to say 30. You're going to spend a lot more than that this year. You're going to spend $3,000 gassing your car up just to go make money to pay bills. Okay? You're going to spend $3,000 probably gambling and losing it. Or more. Many of you spend $3,000 a month, losing $3,000 every month. So I know that. I know I've talked to a lot of people and I know it. But nonetheless, $3,000 is very inexpensive compared to what you're going to get. And like I said, it's 100% guarantee. So you never have to worry about if you're going to lose money. Okay? You never have to worry, oh, I wonder if this is at risk. It's not at risk. Legally, I'm going to sign that contract. It's not at risk. You'll get time. Like I said, I'll give you whatever time you need to figure out if I'm telling you the truth or not. And if you can come back and prove me otherwise, there's nothing you pay at all. But I only make a claim like that because I know it works. But 30% of earnings for 5 years. So basically, because it's such a etched out stone, and it's a laid out program. And this is what's different again for 2019. And I learned a little bit through what I was doing prior, and I've tweaked it a lot so that I could protect myself better, and I could protect everyone in the program better, and I can monitor it better. I can manage it better. But it's a 30% earnings for 5 years with the abilities to buy out after a year and a half, meaning after a year and a half, if you've made $250,000, $300,000, $400,000, and you want to buy out of it, we can buy out of it. The buyout is going to be based upon the value. Again, if you were able to make $200,000 in 2 years, you're going to make $2 million in 10 years. What's the value of that? Okay, so we'll discuss that over time. Also, too, there's a couple things that we're going to be doing with those 19 people. Say, for example, like, let's say if you are, I don't know, maybe you are a couple spins down, or which you'll never be. But let's just say for whatever crazy reason, you're down a few bucks and you want to quickly make it up. We're going to host team sessions like every week where we pool our money together to make up each other's losses, if you even have any. When I say make up losses, the way that you're going to learn it, you should never lose anything. I mean, when I say never lose, like when I'm saying down money, I'm talking like down 2 or 3 spins. That's it. I'm not talking down thousands or hundreds of dollars. I mean, unless your minimums are that high. But as you grow, of course, your minimums are going to grow. But you won't be, when I say down, I'm meaning by spins, meaning you're like 5 spins back from breaking even for that day or for that session or whatever the case is. But what I've also want to do is pull together the team so that let's say each person every month we'll pull together with the team. So as long as everyone's making money, you can put in on it. It's almost like a big pool, and everyone would get their chance at it. And so the team has a big pool, and whatever you need to make up to get even, if you want to do it faster, you can jump in on that team, get it up, and then you just stay the course. Again, I don't think you'll ever need it. When you see what I'm talking about, I don't think you'll ever need to do that. But it's something that's available for you. My whole point in even doing it is to tell you that we've got your back. Like the whole team is going to have your back. So, and you'll see what I mean when I talk about that and how the team can come together to pull each other if anyone ever needs it. When I show you this, you should never need it. But if you just, for whatever crazy reason, need that, we'll be able to do it. And but so that's one of the things I was thinking about earlier was the team play effort, meaning the 19 of us. If we pulled money together, like one person has a week, another has a week, or one person has a day, and we pull it in together. And when you have that type of say bankroll, and each person has a day at that bankroll, that could be a pretty darn good day. Anyway, what's next here? All right, well, I guess that's the end of the show, folks. So I'm retiring 19 people in 2019. If you want to be a part of this, we need to get started immediately because it's one that will be going, like, you're going to have to be consistent every day. The training is going to be every bit of hour, 2 hours. Whatever personal time you want to practice it, take it. You shouldn't have. It won't take you long to get it. When I say take you long to get it, it won't take you long to get it at all. And it's a personal training. And then whatever you need before you get to going, that's what you have. And yes, I 100% will retire 19 people in 2019. I consider myself retired. I haven't worked. When I say worked, meaning for anyone or doing anything for something I don't like anyway, for money in a while, a few years. And I want to bring you guys to that. Like I said, I feel like this is a calling for me. Otherwise, I don't think God would have given me this, because I didn't ask for it. I still don't care about the casino from a perspective of the casino. But I understand the banking side. I understand the economics. I understand the risk model that I've created. And because of that, I'm now in love with it. Not the booze, not the women, not the game, but the abilities to change my life and your life. All right, guys, so that's that. I still have a lot of other videos I'm going to be producing, because everyone doesn't necessarily want to do this. A lot of people like having fun doing what they're doing. And I will still be producing videos and stuff like that. But I am very serious about this, because I don't really, like, the more I'm getting into this, the more I'm realizing it's not even about playing at all. So it's like strategies and stuff, that's all great. Now, I will say this, the number strategy is really kicking butt. I would read you guys. I have a number of different emails from people who are doing that. The numbers game, if you like playing inside and having fun, man, that numbers game that I did is almost magical. And it's spot on. And everyone who has those numbers, they know it. But this, on the other hand, it's much more of a long-term, consistent, steady way to stay getting and making money. The numbers game is, the numbers game is great. I mean, all of the stuff I do is great. But this program is for consistency, and for those who are serious about making money. You're not trying to be a gambler. You're not trying to sit there all day. Some people like to do that. Some people really have fun doing that. So they buy the strategies and they get the stuff, and I get it. But if you're a person like me, you're just interested in the money. You're not interested in being a player. I just want to take advantage of the risk. I want to take advantage of the abilities to do it. You want to do that? Give me a call. Go to permutationspro.com. I have an 800 number there. Give me a call there. And then also send me an email, permutationspro@gmail.com. Now, with that said, for everyone, a lot of people listen to a lot of negativity, and that comes across Facebook, comes across social media. Don't be that person. Whether you do this or whatever you do in life, people who don't have knowledge and understanding, they often vent and they make excuses why their life suck. They're going to blame everyone but themselves. And if you don't know what to look for, you're not going to execute properly. If you don't have discipline, play all those things to make you successful that you need in anything you do, you're going to fail. And a lot of people really do suck at a lot of those things, and they buy my systems. And then they'll say, oh, this doesn't work. But then they played for like 8 hours. So for every person that says that, I have probably 3 or 4 that says, man, I'm having a great time. If one person gets it, that means everyone should get it. And a lot of people do get it. Anyway, I'm venting and ranting. Guys, listen, have a great 2019. Thank you guys so much for 2018. We had a very successful year in 2018. And in 2019, now it's time to really reap the harvest for all of the hard work that we've gone through. Think about it. Pray about it if you need to, whatever that's required. But just know that I'm 100% serious about this. And I think it's going to it will change your life. So as long as you're up for changing your life. So with that said, give me a call or shoot me an email. And thanks again, guys, for the support. Thanks for all the well wishes the emails that I've gotten from the people. I've even had people send me some really nice gifts for New Year's because of their success. So thank you guys so much. And it really means a lot to me, when I get those emails and people are telling me how things are going for them. Listen, I really appreciate it. even the phone calls. So thank you guys again. Have a great, successful year. Give me a call if you're looking to do it. I'm ready to get started. I wanted to say one last thing. I'm even like in terms of the cost. I'm even okay with helping you out on getting involved in it. So if you need some help, I could help you out, and because I've always helped people out, and I will continue to do it. People, and I just can't stop doing that. People take my stuff, or they don't pay me, or I'll give people stuff for half price, sometimes free, because they need the help, and then they run off. It happens all the time, but that's one of the reasons why I believe that God has given me this, and I'm so blessed to this very day. It's because I'm not gonna stop being me. I'm gonna continue to be a giver. I'm gonna continue to do the right things and be an honorable man. And that's something that we're missing, not in just this market, but in life, period. And with that said, guys, that's enough for me. Have a great new year, and I'm looking forward to hearing from many of you soon. Take care.